Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and today we are up with a Panalisa and let's make this. Right, we're going to be buzzing today. So we are using the honeycomb embossed background die. The card that I've made today is 4.5 by 6.25, just to let you know the size. I'm using the happy birthday sentiments, the little humbly bumbly bees, and also the bee skep or beehive that comes with branch flowers and leaves. Right, I'm organised. I have been and cut things out, so just give me a second while I move these. Right, that's it. So my organisation today, yes, and I've gone all sparkly, I will tell you. I'm just trying to sort of pick my bits up and move them. Right, so first up we've got a couple of wings. One is a sideways wing and one is a down wing, and I will show you that. And my bees are going to be gold because I just want to be all sparkly. That will go onto there. Will it go onto there? It's one or the other. We'll sort it out in a minute. And then you've got one, if you want to. Your bees can be flying sideways, or they've got little wings down there. And of course I'm going to be showing close-ups. And then we've got little bee bodies to give their little black stripes that go on top. And what I did was I saved the little black bits that cut out of here, because you're going to need some eyes. So if you look at this, I'm going to pick this up now because it's a very nice bright day. I don't know about your weather, but we're going to, I think, heat index 115 this week. So I've got to get out and wrap the trunks of my trees in some white stuff. Right, there you go. So that puts the little eyes and the mouthpiece. So don't waste those when you do it. So that's what your bees are going to look like. Now I have already made two, because those are the small ones and these are the large ones. So we are going to glue those together in a second, but aren't they cute? And I've used some white gel pen already to dot those eyes. So it's just the small ones to finish. I have already done my background, and that is the lovely die. Let's get a close-up. There you go. I should have used an embossing plate. If I'd used my embossing plate, it would have come through a little bit more 3D, if you know what I mean. So it's just white cardstock and then backed with some black cardstock. So that is my background, and I already did the happy and the birthday. So black background and white top. So I don't know where about on my card I'm going to put that yet, but that is going to be going onto there. Right, so I'm just going to move that out of the way, because the next thing is your beehive. And somewhere around here I've got a pair of scissors, I usually have, and I'm going to show you the beehive. The beehive comes like that, so that you can cut this piece separate if you want to, or you can just pop it up like that so that you can do some shading. But I've used a piece of sort of like yellow goldy glitter cardstock, and this stuff is from Joanne. It's something that I buy seasonally when they've got a sale, and it's usually like 25-30 cents a sheet, and it is all basil cardstock. So I've got that, and I've also cut it in gold. You can see I'm being very golden. So what I need to do is I need to cut that bit out. So I'm just going to grab my scissors, and I'm going to go inside of here. I'm just going to snip that one, and then look at the angle there and snip that one, and that will completely come away. Now if you want to do a different colour theme, then save your gold bit and then put a different colour to the side of that. But this one, I might need to tidy up that little edge there, is going to glue down onto here so that I've got a gold edge to my bee skep. So that's what I'm going to do with that. And I've also cut a lovely gold branch that comes with this one. You can have it, you know, sort of like dangling whichever direction you choose. And I've cut leaves, I've cut plenty of these, and the flower background, and let's see if I can get a close up there. It's in a green sparkly glitter, so it's really bright. I wonder if I should shut my blind. Ooh. Oh, there you go. It's like a minty green sparkle, and then my top flower is going to go on in white, and that is also glitter. So I've cut plenty of those out, and they layer on. So just put all this up here, and I guess it's easier for me to just and do that. There, everything's up there and out of the way. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my bee skep bit, and I'm just looking at that piece there, wondering if it's too fine, but I think I'm just going to leave it. So I need my glue. I've got my glue, taking my pin out, and I'm just going to dot it. We have horrendous humidity here. I think it's 98% today, and they said it's going to rain at 6 o'clock. I mean, to be honest with you, it can get so hot here that I don't really like to complain when it rains, but sometimes when it rains, it rains. I've said for years I'm going to treat myself to one of those giant rubber ducks and just put it out on the lawn to float. Right, let's have a look at that and make sure it's on straight. Right, so I've got a lovely golden edge now. Now, as I said, these little bits, they flap up, so I'm going to cure that in a second just by putting a piece of tape onto the back of it, because I don't want those bits popping up. They've served their purpose for me. So I'm just grabbing a little piece of Alina Craft tape, and that's this stuff. This is the wider stuff that she sent to me, and I'm just going to go down on here, and if I cut my piece too big, I'm just going to wave it up in the air and trim that off there, and that's going to kind of hold my bee skep bits in place. So I've got a lovely golden edge. Let's have a look at that. There we go. So we're all super sparkly. So that's that bit done. Right, the next bit we're going to do is we're going to glue our bees. And I tell you what, I'll do this one and then I'll show you the other. Right, so we need to give it eyes and mouth. So I'm just going to go down with 2 little dots there. I keep forgetting to put the pin back in, so I've just done that. Move the body out of the way. You can see these are just absolutely perfect, the bits that drop out, just for giving you a quick eye and mouth. You see that? That's sweet. And then we're going to put down some wings. So I'm going to prefer to put my glue there rather than to the body, because I don't know how high up I want to put my bee. So I'm going to go there. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have. And then we've got this little bit. Pop the pin again. And I'm just putting tiny little drops just enough to stick it down there. That'll do me. and then find the end of your body, and then before you press it down, kind of make sure that you've got your antennae of your bee straight, and then you can just give it all a squeeze. So there's our tiny little bee. And I'll tell you, one of the things that has surprised me about this glue is that it takes quite a while, doesn't it, unless it's my humidity, to bond glitter paper. Right, so I'm going to put that little one there to dry, and I'm going to go and finish that one, and I'll be right back. As soon as I can find my mouse. There we go. Right, so that is the tiny little bees glued, and the next thing I want to do is just put a little dot of something. Now this one is got his side wings, so he can be going that way, so you kind of want to think about the direction of the eyes, and I may need to bring it down here so that I can see it a little bit better. Make sure that your ink's flowing. I don't think mine is. Hang on a second, I just need to look at my pen. Do you know, I think I just ran out of ink. Ooh. Oh no, I didn't. Just needed to rub it around on my finger. Right, so I've got it tipped slightly towards me. I've got little dots in the eyes there, and then this one's pretty much looking at me, so I'm just going to go there, there and there, because it just gives them a little bit of character. Now I'm going to pick those up so you can have a look, and in fact I think one of the things I might do as well is put a little dot on the antennae, because then that can be drying. Let's do that one. And I'll pick those up so that you can have a look. Aren't they cute? There we go. Really sparkly and lovely. Ooh, I like those. Right, so they pair off, of course, with the ones that I'd done before, knock my glue over, and that's the larger one. So I'm going to move those now to dry. Right, so the next thing is the branch, and you can see there's an area here where you can glue a leaf, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to pull this out and stick a leaf down on there. Let's have a look. So I've now got a sparkly green leaf on my branch, and I've got plenty of other leaves to dot around, but next I want to do flowers, so I'll do one of them and then I'll just go off camera and do the other. So I'm looking here, and then you've kind of got to figure out the shape of the flower, because of course the flower's uneven. So I'm looking at it and the shapes and wondering which bit goes where, so I'm just going to swing it around, and I think it goes like that, and if it doesn't, wow, but I'm pretty sure it does. So I'm just giving that a press. Now I've decided in the middle of my flowers, I've got some gold pearls, some gold and silver pearls. I collect all of my, these are my Halloween stars. These glow in the dark. I don't know if you can see that, but they do. They're like bright limey slimy and they glow in the dark, and of course those are my favourite little candy bits for Christmas. But these silver and gold flatbacks, and I'm sticking with my, you know, sparkly theme, so I'm going to put a gold bead in the middle of each of my flowers. That one might be a little bit too big, so I'll go the next size down and make sure I can find another one. Right, those are the same size. Put that one back in, screw your lid back on, and a little dot of glue, and then I'll go off and do the other one exactly the same, and then we can just put the card together. Right, I've got my pickup tool here, and I'm just making contact with the glue. Might need a little bit more on, actually. Yeah, I do. Don't want that to glue down onto my paper. As I said, I'm finding that using glitter takes a while for my glue to go off, and it's either that or the humidity. Now I need to flip that one right back over because it's got glue on it. Right, and hopefully I got that in the centre. I think I did, and that's going to need a little while to dry. Right, so I'll go and do that one while that one's drying, and I will be right back. Okay, so everything's dry, and if you remember my haul last week, you'll see that I shared these with you. These are action wobbles, and I'm going to be using 2 today. Because I can afford to, yeah, because they're so cheap on AliExpress. I got 90 of them, but you can buy hundreds of them. But I think 90, you know, is going to last me a really long while. And what I intend to do with mine is I intend to put my largest bees on them. That's what I'm going to do. So they're going to be wobbling and bubbling on the card. So I'm going to move those out of the way because those 2 are going to go on last. Right, now putting the card together, because I've got those wobbly elements, I don't really want to create too much more height. So I need to decide where my branch is going to go, and I am pretty sure, and I'm going to commit to it, that it's going up at the top. So here goes. And as I just said, you know, you can pop stuff up on foam if you want to, but I figured because I'm going to have those 2 big bees just, you know, kind of bobbling around, I do mine like this. Right, so there's my branch, and then of course I've got my bee skep, which, you know, it can come off a branch if you want to. I'm going to kind of, that's still wet, so I'm going to have a little bit of leaf sticking on top of mine, and I'm going to glue mine down there. But make sure, because I'm using a sentiment, that you've got your space for your sentiment. Mine's going down here. I'm going to go off on the bottom line, and I've got plenty of space for my sentiment, so I'm quite happy to stick my bee skep. And I've already got that there, but you know, a little bit of glue never hurt. And I don't want that bit waving around. So I am now going to attempt to peel that off. Right. And once again, I'm going to go under there. Try and get my beehive positioned. I think that is straight. Mine needs to go off there a little bit, and I shall commit to that. So that is now my little beehive. Now my sentiment is also going to go down flat, and it's double layered when you think about those words that are already on top of the backer, so it's not going to look totally flat. And I'm going with my happy about there. And my birthday just under it. Pop that there. So I've got my happy birthday down, all nice and tidy and fastened, bee skeps down, branches down, and now it's these little flowers. These are just so sweet. So I'm picking that up. You can fluff your leaves up on these, and I'm trying to think where I want it. I think I'm going to go there. Little blob of glue on there. Now I'm going glitter to glitter, so this is going to take a while again. And then I want my other flower to go down near my sentiment, because it's a bit kind of empty down there, if you know what I mean. And then I'm wondering if I want any leaves coming out from behind it. I think I will actually, so I'm going to go with a blob of glue first of all, and then I'm just going to grab a couple of leaves and look at it and make it, you know, a little bit more interesting. And popping that one on there, and then another little blob of glue, and I should have time to still kind of move them around a little bit just to fit around that sentiment, so that I've got that going on. And I am going to lift that up actually. There we go. So now I've got a little bit of matching decoration down by the happy birthday, so that prevents that little bit from looking too empty. Right, so the next thing is leaves upon the branches, so you can just dot your glue wherever you want it. Remember how many leaves you've got. I've got 5, so I've got 3, 4, I've got 5 dots of glue. And then I'm just going to use my pickup tool. And I'm going to go there. Ooh, just think about formation. I'll go there. So my pickup tool's really old and it kind of slides up and down a lot now. As I was saying, these are going to take a while to dry. I just know they are. Trying to think, yeah. I'll go there. And then I think with my next one, actually I'm going to put that one there. I'm going to kind of try to make it look a bit more doubled up, so even though I've got that there, I'm going to go there. Right, I absolutely need to let that dry and I will be right back. Right, so those are dry, and the next thing I want to do is put my little bees on. So I'm going to sort of like have that one flying towards the bee skep, and I think I'm going to have that one there, maybe a little bit more down there. Yeah, I'm going to glue those to there. So good blob of glue on the back so that it doesn't come off. That's that one, and then this one's flying in. I'll kind of go there with that one. And then while those are drying, we're now going to put the action wobbles onto the large ones. So I'll just pop that there, and here they are. Now your largest area goes to your card, and your framed out section goes to the back of your little critter. So I'm just going to peel that off first and position my little critter so that nothing is sticking out of the back. So that is on there. Now this one's going to be flying in too, so once you've done that, you need to peel your adhesive off the reverse. Now whether that's a good idea to do it beforehand or not, I'm not particularly sure, but it's coming off easy enough. I'm just giving that a press, and I'm going to go there. So there's my first one, and you can see he's all wobbling and bobbling. Peel the back off this one. I've got no nails, but you know, I've managed to do it. And I want to get that in the centre. All you have to do is make sure that you can't see it, so that that's stuck on there, and then just scratch up the back and it comes off. You know, as I said, I've got no nails and it's coming off quite easily. There we go. So I've got that one down there, and then I want this one here. And I think that's such a fun card. Isn't that lovely? It's all wobbly bobbly, and you can see that there. Let's have a close up. Got pretty little sparkly flowers, cute little bumblebees, and that great background and that great sentiment. That's just so sweet. I mean, kids love to play with things like this for hours, even adults. So yeah, that was great. I really enjoyed making that. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today, and as usual, all links are below, and I will be up with more from Panalisa tomorrow. Bye.